Okay, so for my social justice issue, I picked equal opportunity employment as I will be teaching business in high school. So I feel like this is very important to what's going on and what's especially right now and just understanding of the rights that our students have going into the professional workforce. So, the background of it, the Equal Opportunity Act of 1972 states the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission (EEOC) authority has the authority to sue in federal courts when it finds reasonable cause to believe that there has been employment discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. This basically levels the playing field for all minorities at the time because white males had the upper hand when applying for jobs and when looking into these type of things. So I think that this really helps, and it also just it makes the playing field level. It doesn't give anybody the upper hand, or it's not supposed to. So the age group for this will be high school, 15 to 18 roughly. I will be teaching this potentially in an intro to business class or career-based intervention, which is upperclassmen, juniors, and seniors. This is where students will be prepared for the workforce. They will be prepared to go out into their jobs and into their professional careers. The standards for this CBI competency 7.3 research mandated standards, policies, legislation, and legal practices. 7.3.5 discuss the Equal Opportunities Commission's role related to the workplace. So, for this assignment, for this day, we will be working on a 3 to 4 person presentation. You'll group up together to find a lawsuit they find involved with the EEOC. Anything that has been filed to the EEOC, they can present. They need to bring it. I'll approve it. And it'll be something that has, once again, been presented to the EEOC, something that they're interested in, and a real life case. So, the learning objectives for this define what an equal opportunity employer means in your words. What does it mean to you? What it means to me might mean a whole lot different than what it means to some of my students. So I think I'd like to know what the students believe and what they think about the EEOC and what it means to them. What type of cases can be presented to the EEOC? Sex, religion, race, gender. All of those are some, but are there any that are in the fine print, which there's always fine print? Is there Are there any type of cases that can be presented in general that can be brought to the EEOC that might just not make headlines or might not be as known as others? They will give a lawsuit taken to the EEOC in the background on what was the results, what brought it upon, what happened, is there still any ramifications from this lawsuit? All of those things will be involved in the EEOC and the lawsuit that they choose. And then we'll have their hook, which I have a hook here in a minute. Commercial, goofy kind of commercial. That's kind of interesting. In is an NFL commercial, and this is an NFL commercial that talks about Latinos playing football and how they didn't always have the opportunities that people from America had, and now that they get to play, make a name for themselves. And this is talks about a kicker for the Dallas Cowboys. Probably filmed in '72, maybe a little later. But anyway, they'll pick a commercial and they'll use it for that. So, like I mentioned, the hook. I have a commercial that we'll watch here in a second that will mention the EEOC and kind of give us a little bit of background on it. This will be a demonstration for the class and what types of commercials they can use for their hook and presentation. It needs to be school appropriate. Other than that, let's have fun with it. Let's see what kind of goofy commercials they can find. As students are, they know how to spice things up a little bit. So see if we can get some good ones. But here's mine. It is the Dallas Cowboys commercial. Back real quick. Okay.
It's great being the place kicker for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's also great to know that the reason I have this job is because of my ability and not because of my national origin. As president of the Dallas Cowboys, I know that employment decisions must be based upon performance. That's what's made us successful. Discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, age, or national origin is not the answer. Everyone should have an equal chance to compete.
Okay, so there's my hook. I hope theirs is not as corny as mine. I just enjoy the Dallas Cowboys, so why not choose them for my hook? And that's a good commercial, kind of demonstrating it was 1986, that kind of what they were looking at and what type of environments were around, and kind of the stigma upon Latinos playing American football. And as he said, he's not judged upon his race or anything like that. He's judged upon his ability, as all should, going into the workforce. So, the assessment for this, students will be graded upon the material, the presentation, and their presenting skills. Like I said, they'll be in groups of 3 to 4. They will pick an EEOC lawsuit and a commercial, and they'll present it. They'll present it to the class, and they'll be graded upon the material of that and their presentation skills. And then these are my references, and this is what I used. Thank you.